Today on our 2019 Toyota Highlander, we're going to be installing the CURT Echo Mobile Trailer Brake Controller. To help us get this installed, we're also going to be using a universal installation kit for trailer brake controllers. This trailer brake controller is going to plug in line between your 7-pole connector and your trailer. What's great about this is you won't have any bulky devices mounted inside your vehicle, and there's also less wiring involved to get this installed since it simply plugs in. You don't have to tap into your brake switches inside the vehicle. You can control the brake controller by simply downloading CURT's app and pairing it via Bluetooth. You can see here when we'll manually apply the brakes that it applies it here on our brake controller tester. You can configure up to 5 profiles for various vehicles or trailers that you may have. So when you're ready to hook up whatever vehicle or trailer you're using, just click the profile and you're ready to go. Within each profile, you can adjust the maximum output and the sensitivity. You'll also have access to the manual control button within that same menu. The brake controller itself is fully proportional. So what that means is the harder you stop your vehicle, the inertia sensor inside will detect that you're stopping and apply the brakes appropriately. So that way you'll have the easiest, smoothest braking without any wheel lockup or lack of brakes. Installation of this brake controller couldn't be easier. You simply plug it into your 7-pole connector and you're good to go. We can see that the light here on the back is illuminating blue, showing that we have power. We're now ready to hook up our trailer. Now if you don't have a 7-pole connector, you can use our trailer brake controller installation kit to get this all set up. We'll show you how to do that now. Now our Highlander already had a 4-pole connector installed on it from the factory. So that simply plugs into the 4-pole lead coming off of our 7-pole connector that came in our installation kit. Now if you don't have a factory 4-pole, you can use our fit guide to find a custom wiring kit that provides you with a 4-pole. The 4-pole gives us our left turn, right turn, tail lamp, and stop lamp signals. The only thing left to do then is to install your ground, which we just use the self-tapping screw that comes in the kit, to the ring terminal that's pre-installed on the white wire coming off of your 7-pole connector. Then the black wire coming off the 7-pole connector is our power wire. So you simply connect this and run a wire up to your engine compartment to connect it to the battery. Now you always make sure that you have a fuse or circuit protection on a power circuit, so we're using a circuit breaker. We did change the butt connector from the one that came included on our 7-pole to a heat shrink to help keep out any moisture and corrosion. You can pick up some heat shrink butt connectors here at etrailer.com. We now routed our wire up to the front. This is a duplex wire that came in the kit. It does have 2 wires in there. For this application, we're only using one of those wires. We routed this past our spare tire, up over our rear suspension, because you want to avoid any moving objects. We stayed up above the suspension, and we just continued down the side of the fuel tank here, going forward, up above these panels here, above this panel, and you can just feed these across. You don't need to take the panel down. We stayed underneath this panel all the way until we got it up here. We come out of our panel towards the front of the vehicle, and we used a fish wire to pull our wire up from down here up into the engine compartment. You can use a fish wire. It can be anything from a coat hanger. We used a piece of airline tube. And our wire routed up here to our circuit breaker. This circuit breaker comes included in the kit. We used the self-tapping screws that also came included to mount it to this metal piece right here in the front. This will connect to your silver post. We can then cut off the rest of the wiring that we don't need. And we went ahead and pulled just the black wire out of the excess that we had cut off. And we used that to go from the circuit breaker's bronze post over to our battery positive terminal. The nut here can be removed with a 12mm socket. And you're going to crimp on one of the larger ring terminal ends that come in your kit for the battery side, and smaller ring terminal ends for the wires that go on your circuit breaker side. The 7-pole connector came included with our kit along with the bracket that we mounted it to. It also includes all the hardware you need to get it mounted. On our Highlander here, where our factory 4-pole was mounted, we were able to mount it right to the bracket that was installed on the vehicle using the hardware for the factory component. And that completes our installation of CURT's Echo Mobile Trailer Brake Controller on our 2019 Toyota Highlander.